Today we are making Big Mac pizzas, and the first thing we're gonna do is crisp up some low-carb tortillas in the air fryer. All you do is just throw them in the air fryer. You don't have to oil them or anything. So that we're gonna do that now. And once these get crisped up, we're gonna assemble the pizzas. But while that's happening, we're gonna make the mac sauce recipe. So all you need, 3/4 cups of mayonnaise, and then we're going to add a tablespoon of yellow mustard. Happy New Year, everybody. About half a tablespoon of sweetener. I'm using Truvia. And then we're gonna put some chopped pickles in here. I think the more fine you can chop them, the better it's gonna be. What's up, Liz? What's good, Jen? Happy New Year. Angel. All right, and then we're gonna add these. Same with the onions, dice them very well. I made a mac recipe for my all-carb husband. He loved it. Yeah, this is one of those recipes, whether you're doing keto or not, it's delicious. Especially if you do the low-carb tortillas, like, they taste so good. So now we're just gonna add a little bit, half a teaspoon of smoked paprika. I just got your book, very informative. Hey, thank you so much, Jan. If you guys don't have the book, Breaking Up with Carbs, it's a great guide as far as getting started on keto. And basically it's like filled with meal plans, recipes, grocery lists, and stuff like that. A teaspoon of white vinegar. This is not white vinegar, it's white wine vinegar. I don't even know if we have white vinegar, so maybe it's gonna taste different. But I think I've made this mistake before and it still tasted good. And guys, I'm gonna tell you the most important thing about my pizza compared to Anna's. So my favorite cheese, especially when it comes to burgers and stuff, is American cheese by far. Nothing compares. I love it. The plastic cheese just tastes better. It just hits different. So I'm gonna tear up a slice of American cheese and put that on my pizza instead of using shredded cheddar, which is what we're doing for Anna's pizza. All right, here's the mac sauce. Notice how I didn't have to use ketchup? There are some recipes out there that also include sugar-free keto ketchup, but I find this recipe to be yummy. Oh, right. The tortillas are pretty crisp. Let's pull them out. All right, I was missing comments. I didn't scroll down to see. Thank you, Elise. Yeah, Karen, American cheese is the best, right? Nazire, the mac sauce, I could also eat on its own all day. All right, we're just gonna pull. My camera stand isn't letting me switch to show you guys me pulling the tortillas out of the air fryer. And I don't know where any of my thongs are. Do you know where my thongs are? Okay, I see one. All right, so now we're just taking them out. I didn't crisp them up that much. As you can see, they aren't heavily crisped, but there's definitely a little bit of crisp happening. See how it's curling up? All right, we're taking all 3 of them out. And there's one in here that I'm struggling to get out. I got it. Okay. And you can also grease them before you put them in if you want. I just choose not to. All right, now we're gonna spread some sauce. This is our pizza sauce. And I'm curious, is today day 1 of your keto journey? Or are you starting on Monday? I feel like that's a common thing that happens to people is they're like, oh, my New Year's resolution is to start on New Year's, but it feels more right to start on a Monday. And I think you should start any day, anytime, just whenever you're ready to change your life. You don't need a date on the calendar or a specific part of the week to start your journey. It might be more convenient if you start tomorrow because maybe there are some leftovers today. But if you really want to change your life, you're just going to start when you want to change your life, you know? A lot of people are saying Monday. Yeah, I feel it. All right, so we've got the sauce. Now we're going to add some of the onion. You could just put the onion on afterwards, but actually we're just going to put the onion on afterwards because we already have onion in the sauce. All right, so Happy New Year, Lux. Should I put the cheese or the meat on first? What do you think?
The cheese, so that it can melt when you put the cheese on it.
Okay, we're gonna put the cheese on first and then the meat on top of that. Do you do planned carb days and meals? Yeah, I try to, all right, so on a good year, it would only happen once a month. But I was gonna put American on mine and I accidentally put cheddar. It's fine. Maybe I'll top it with a little American. All right, so we're adding the ground beef. I just cooked it with salt and pepper. So my favorite thing about cooking hamburger meat, I like using a lot of black pepper. Oh my god, so good. All right, we've got this on. I think it would be good to add just a little more cheese. I love baby Sophia's sweet sounds in the background. I know, she's the cutest. Guys, she's like grabbing toys and playing with them now. It's so crazy. I can't believe it. All right, so I'm adding some American cheese. I'm just gonna tear it up. And like I said, the ground beef is already cooked. We've slightly crisped the tortillas. So this is gonna be very quick as far as like from now until we start eating. Do you cook the meat in a fat? I do not. I don't find it necessary. So unless you like are really passionate about ketosis and having super high ketones, you don't need to add extra fat to everything. Protein is going to be the satiating like savior of your, as far as macros go. Because this is why. So protein is the most satiating macro. Think about it. We're not going to talk about calorie counting or tracking macros or anything like that, but as far as like, should I add heaping scoops of fat to everything I cook and to everything I eat? I would say no. You should try to focus your meals around like meat, protein, things like that, because if the goal is to lose weight and you have a lot of stored body fat, you don't need to consume a ton of fat other than what it takes to make your food taste good. So I made this mistake when I first started keto. It's like, all right, I'm gonna put 3 tablespoons of coconut oil in my coffee, even though it doesn't even taste good to me. That's not a good strategy. What your strategy should be is, let me just use fat to make things taste good. And since I'm not eating carbs, it's hard to make things taste good, so you end up using a decent amount of fat anyway. But if you just think about a plate of chicken breast or a piece of salmon or even like a steak, the amount of calories and fat it has compared to like a plate of ranch dressing or this sauce that's made with mayo, it's totally different. And one is like way more satiating, because I don't know about you guys, but I could just drink a bottle of ranch and like not feel satiated. You know, maybe I would feel kind of gross, but it's just focus your meals around protein and use fat to make it taste good. Since you're not eating carbs, you're going to use a good amount of fat to make things taste good. All right, I think these will be done soon. Thank you for clarifying and addressing this part. You're welcome, Lisa. It's something that I misunderstood when I first started my keto journey. And despite getting to my goal, it would have been easier had I known, like, there's a more satiating way to do this. Homemade ranch. I'm going to make a homemade ranch soon. So fun fact, seed oils, which are what's in store-bought ranch, while I'm not saying you can't have them, you can have whatever you want. If the goal is keto, seed oils are fine. If the goal is health, you want to try to cut back or at least reduce your intake of them. And that's like all ranch and mayo are. So if you go down that path of like, all right, I've lost the weight, I'm trying to restrict ingredients now, that's a good place to start, is like look at the dressings you're using and the ingredients they have. And then if you don't like the store-bought ones, you can make your own. Sophia is not happy. Okay, these are done. I'm gonna take her while Anna eats, so I'm just gonna like dress one up quickly and then I'll show you guys. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad I put American cheese on mine. All right, let's put it on a plate. And this is not the one with American cheese because this is Anna's. So first, we're gonna put some fresh onion. Anna loves like double onion on everything she eats, especially burger related. She loves like double onion and double pickle. All right, we've loaded it up with onions. Now we're gonna put some pickles. So Karen, the Greek yogurt idea for ranch is something I've thought about and really want to do. Oh, lettuce. All right, I didn't chop this, so we're just gonna pull it apart. How many net carbs per day for keto? 25 net carbs per day. And if you don't want to do the Greek yogurt instead of like store-bought ranches and mayos, I used to do sour cream. When I first learned to like, oh, you want to kind of avoid seed oils, I started dipping things in sour cream that I wouldn't usually, like chicken wings. Instead of ranch, I would do sour cream. I found it pretty delicious, but it's not for everybody. So, and also if the goal is weight loss, none of that stuff really matters. It's just about doing keto, helping you eat less food. That's where the weight loss is gonna happen. All right, we're putting the mac sauce. It sucks that it just dollops on. I wish I could get like a pretty spread. All right, guys. This is a Big Mac pizza that took us, what, 10 minutes to make? When did I start the live? 13 minutes. Yummy, yummy. I can't wait until Sophia can eat this stuff. All right, guys. I've eaten this before. I'll take a bite of Anna's just so you guys can. Anna's not happy that I'll take a tiny bite, not an Eric-sized bite. But if you guys are starting out on your keto journey, I'm here to help. I go live usually around 6 Central Time, so that's 7 Eastern Time. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right. I love you. I have recipes like this in my book that's out now, Breaking Up with Carbs on Amazon, and my new book is coming out soon. So I'll see you guys later.